Now for our next step with this second mountain, I want to add some interest up front here. And to do that, we are going to utilize the automatic selection tool. So first, I'm going to grab this second to darkest purple blue color, and moving from the spray paint section, I'm going to go back to the calligraphy section and grab the monoline brush again. Now this time I have my size set to 100%, and zooming in a bit with the pinch gesture, I'm going to draw a triangle at the bottom edge here. And then I'm going to fill this with color, which it's pretty small, so it's not so tedious. Now, drawing this clearly defined shape here is certainly something that you could do on another layer and might be a more optimal workflow. But for our purposes, I want to use this to show you how you can utilize the automatic selection tool. So now that we have this shape drawn, I'm going to tap my selection icon here. And right now I have it on freehand. We're going to select automatic, making sure that color fill is not turned on. If it's blue, it's turned on. That would fill the entire selection with color, which we don't need to do. We already have it filled with color. Then I am going to tap in the area that I want to select. And the way that this will work is that it selects an area of the layer based on the colors on the screen. And you can see, just like when we had color drop, there is a threshold bar that pops up here with a percentage. And if I slide it to the right, it increases and it eventually selects the entire layer and the entire mountain. And if I decrease, I can get it to select just this. You can increase by lifting your pencil and then adding to it, but that won't increase this specific selection. You can also use the undo and redo gestures within this selection area. If you'd like to also go in with the freehand tool and refine the selected area with that, you could use this to draw and add to, making sure that it's set to the add function. And now you can see my selection mask here is visible, and I have just this front triangle selected. By the way, if you want to change how contrasted the selection mask is, these diagonal lines, you can do so in Settings, under Preferences, Selection Mask Visibility, and you can choose your preferred amount. I like to keep mine around 30%. Depending on what you're working on, you might find you want to adjust that, or what works best for your iPad screen and brightness settings, all of that. Then I'm going to tap my brush icon, and then once more to open up my brush menu. And we're going to select back into the spray paint section, the fine nozzle brush. I'm going to grab this teal color.
This time I'm using light pressure to build up the spray from the top right edge, working toward the middle, and then defining a straight line that extends from the peak downward. I still want to preserve a darker plane here on the left side to create some dimension on this shape.
And I want to add a little purple in here as well so that it still meshes with the rest of the mountain. And then we can move through our progression of pinks. And just like I did on our other peaks, I'm going to decrease my brush size and zoom in. And this time I'm also going to reduce my brush opacity so I can just faintly paint in. I have it set to about 25% opacity. And this way I can start to slowly build up a bit of highlight on the edge of this dark plane that we're defining. Now I'm going to increase my brush opacity so we don't get confused later. And I can tap the selection tool to release the selection. Now, one note with automatic selection, you might have some more pixelated or jagged edges. That is sometimes just the nature of the automatic selection tool. The program doesn't necessarily define the high contrast of the threshold selection between these two colors as easily, and so it can look a little bit rough.
If you'd like to smooth out the jagged edge, you can very easily use the smudge tool to do so. Tap the smudge tool, which we have set to the fine nozzle brush, and decrease the brush size down to about 1 or 2%. Now, right along the edge of the shape, you can start drawing with the smudge tool. You can use long or short strokes to blend this edge and soften it, but because the brush size is so small, you'll only be affecting a few of those pixels on the edge, so you might find that layering several short strokes works better for you. Work your way around the edges of the shape to blend any pixelated areas. Now when it is zoomed out, there's no harsh, glaring edge anymore. And this means that we are all done painting the mountains. So in this lesson, you've learned how to use the automatic selection tool to detect and select an area of a layer. In the next lesson, we'll move on to finish up the clouds, and you'll learn some creative uses of the eraser tool.